Hi everyone, my name is FATIN binti ZAHANAPI. I'm from Bachelor in Social Work with Honours. My metric number is 067568. I will talk about one of the causes of mental illness among frontliners, which is moral injury. Before that, I would like to thank Najiha for explaining the lack of childcare at home. Do you know that moral injury can lead to mental illness? Frontliners workers are now making previously unthinkable critical care decisions. Because patients' loved ones are not permitted to enter hospitals, they are forced to make a medical decisions that would normally involve patients' family members without that critical input. It has been suggested that these events cause what are known as moral injuries, a term coined by the military to describe the psychological distress caused by the perceived injustice. Moral injury, unlike a former mental health condition such as depression or post-traumatic stress disorder, is not a mental illness. Those who suffer from moral injuries, on the other hand, are more likely to have negative thoughts about themselves or others. For example, am I a terrible person? Or my boss doesn't care about people's lives? As well as intense feelings of shame, guilt, and disgust. These symptoms can lead to the development of mental health issues such as depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and even suicidal ideation. Similarly, some people who face significant moral or traumatic challenges experience some post-traumatic growth, a term used to describe a boost in psychological resilience, esteem, outlook, and values after being exposed to highly challenging situations. The manners in which a person is supported before, during, and after a difficult incident is likely to influence whether they develop a psychological injury or experience psychological growth. Moral injury has already been described in medical students who report having a difficult time coping with their experiences working in pre-hospital and emergency care, where they were exposed to trauma for which they were unprepared. This could be analogous to the unprecedented nature of the challenges that healthcare workers are currently facing. The massive current effort to ensure adequate staffing and resources may be successful, but it appears likely that during the COVID-19 outbreak, many healthcare workers will encounter situations in which they will not be able to say to the bereaved relative, "We did everything we could, but only we did our best with the staff and resources available, but it wasn't enough." That is the germ of a moral wrong. Not all staff members will be negatively impacted by the upcoming challenges, but no one is immune, and some healthcare workers will suffer possibly for a long time unless we begin to prepare and support our staff now. Ladies and gentlemen, we can lessen the negative psychological impact by providing practical assistance. Data from medical personnel involved in the Middle East respiratory syndrome response showed that healthcare workers believe that specific forms of support play a protective role in mental health. These modes of assistance include developing and implementing infection control measures, reducing work intensity by providing more medical staff and protective equipment, and providing practical guidance. I am hopefully that we will be able to reduce the causes of mental illness. That's all from me, thank you. I will forward to our lovely members the next presenter, Iza, who will speak about a lack of self-care.